Welcome to the world of parenting. If you've never subscribed to my channel, make sure that you subscribe and leave some comments below and turn on your notification so that you don't miss out on my next video. In today's video, I am going to be talking about my first time speaking the Swedish language. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. You know, normally, it's like when I arrived here, I started like going to SFE. SFE is just like for the basic when you are like starting to learn the language, communicate with others. I remember my first day when I went to school. I wasn't happy, I was even thinking about Africa, So it's like it was hard, you find that their word, it's like, it's you have to pronounce their words in different ways. They have got long words and then they have got, some other words that you have to use, like, I don't know how, their articles, it's not the same like English articles, So for them, it's like if you don't say it in a proper way, it's wrong, because some other words you have to pull them, some other words you don't have to pull them, they've got short words that you can just, say like very fast, without pulling them, but if you don't pronounce them correctly, you are wrong, So it's like, it was a struggle, I remember one day, it's like normally, they used to give us, like books, so it's like you have to go and memorize those words that you have learned, at school. And then it's like the following day, it's like they're going to make like spelling, then you'll be writing those words, So it's like every time, the whole night, I used to to claim those words, so that I should get 100 over 100, So, but indeed, I used to get 100 over 100, Then it came a time, they gave us like small books, so you have to read the books. Then the following day, it's like we're going to explain what you read in the book. It's just like some small novels, So in Swedish, it's just like called gas, something like that, So it's like, we used to read those books. So it's like the following day you'll come and present what you have read, So it's like I remember another day, you know what I did, guys? Oh my God. The smart thing that you can do if you have never read a book, you just go at the back of the book. So that's what I used to do, because it's like, when you are like learning a new language, normally when you are learning a new language like this Scandinavian language, because it's like it's their language, it's normally very hard, So for me, it was like I was very good when it comes to writing, the grammatic, grammatic, it means grammar, So it's like I'm very good at that, with the Swedish language, but it's like I was just having a little bit of pronunciation, all those things, And at the same time, I was like, I wasn't like interested as such in learning the language, because it's like I was interested like to speak English, but unfortunately, you have to we had to learn how to speak Swedish, because here in Sweden is a must that you have to learn their language. So it's like, at the back of the book. So it's like I will just read there, and then I'll translate in English and see what's the story was all about. Then after that, I'll go and present, very brave, and then I'll say that this story, it was about a lady who was very poor. She was living with her child, they had no food. So it's like one day when the child was going in the forest playing with her friend, she met a man who was a magician. So that man, it's just like he wished her good luck and her mother, and gave her a pot of magic to go and sing the song. Then after that, it's like food will come, So it's like they were saying, oh, congratulations in my heart, Then when it came, it's like one day, they realized that, this girl, how come every time, she's saying everything very correctly, Then it's like they tested me, the Swedish people, they're very smart, let me tell you. These Swedish teachers, they're very smart. Don't see them like that, So it's like every time they would say that, this girl, she's just new, but she can she can say everything that is in the book. And then it's like they realize that I never used to read the book. But indeed, I never used to read the book. I just used to read at the back of the book. Then I'll come and what? And come and present the book. Then it's like they asked me a question. Can you tell us a little bit about on page 93 what was she thinking? What was her mother doing? I became confused. They caught me red-handed. And then it's like, I had to dodge the question. I say, trying to lie, as if I read everything, but I did not read. So what I just want to say that is that, once when you come to Sweden, it's very important that you have to learn the language. I think I should just say that it's a key for you, like, to get work here. You have to speak the language or write the language. If you cannot write the language or speak the language, you'll find that it's very difficult for you even to get job, all those things, or to go further with your education. So it's very important that if they tell you that you have to learn the language, you have to learn the language. Don't waste time. I remember when I arrived here, I was working very hard in order for me to communicate, because it's like with English, I never had any problem when it comes to English, because I remember even when I arrived, I could speak English, so it was not a big problem as such for me. That's why I managed to move very fast with the Swedish language, because I could communicate in English with them also. At the same time, when I used to do my homework, I could translate some other words in English to Swedish. Then you find that, like, if you know English, you find that it's much easier for you to learn the Swedish language faster. So those are the things that I have experienced. It's not easy to learn a new language, but you have to make sure that you put more effort, because nothing in this world comes easily. So see you guys in my next video. I hope you're going to continue watching this video. So bye bye, my lovelies.